On November 8, 2016, Donald Trump was elected the 45th President of the United States. This is the story of the Women's March. It's time to march again. Citizens everywhere were outraged by the election. Many people felt helpless and disconnected from the reality of the election. On the small island of Hawaii, a simple Facebook post written by Teresa Shook changed the course of history for women in the United States and the world.
I started after chatting with a bunch of people and everyone was feeling very disgruntled, to say the least. I kept saying in this chat that I thought we should march, and I couldn't get anyone to agree because they kept saying it'll be too cold, or it's the wrong time, or we'll never make it happen in that short a length of time. We should wait a little longer. And I said, no, I think we should march. The time is right. We have to do it now. I was really angry. I invited some of my friends, some of these new friends, and when I went to bed, there were maybe 70 coming. When I woke up, there were 20,000 coming. So that was the beginning.
This march changed to a movement once thousands of people showed support for the Women's March. Teresa used Facebook as a platform to show her resistance against the election of Donald Trump. She hoped that women everywhere would join forces and create backlash against the new administration. The event page is kept up to date for upcoming marches and rallies in a variety of areas. Their Twitter page has over 625,000 followers with unique content. Instagram is visually appealing with colorful pictures and with over 1 million followers.
Because there were thousands of Trump-loving, MAGA hat-wearing people there in one of the most liberal cities in the country. So it was a weird place, and it was weird to see the interactions between two different groups of people with polar opposite political leanings. But the day after the inauguration was the Women's March. And so we went back down to the mall in downtown DC the next day, and it was amazing. There were thousands of people there, hundreds of thousands, way more people than were at the inauguration. And that's just from my personal experience being there. But the main reason I wanted to go to the march was just to vocally and physically state my opposition to a majority of Trump's policies. Because the Women's March was at a time when nobody really knew which policies he would pursue while in office, so all we had to go off of was his rhetoric during the campaign.
The unifying principles that the Women's March are trying to accomplish range from ending violence, reproductive LGBTQ rights, workers' rights, civil rights, disability, immigrant, and environmental justice. The mission statement is committed to dismantling systems of oppression through nonviolent resistance and building inclusive structures guided by self-determination, dignity, and respect. The range of posters represent the overall sentiment of the march. A notorious symbol of the Women's March are the recognizable pink hats. Participants everywhere rep their pussy hats to show their support of the march.
I'm Eugene Trishelin, Director of Women's Studies and Professor of Women's Studies. We need to ask the questions, why human rights are not controversial, and women's rights are, and women are human, whether cisgender women or not.
And you said you did attend a Women's March. Overall, how was the experience? You went.
Women's March,
Yeah.
2017. It was fabulous. I loved it. It was a big party with another maybe over half a million people.
Yeah.
Chaotic. It was exhilarating. We ran into so many different groups, men, women, children. I've never been to a march that got me so energized. I'm having goosebumps just recalling the people I ran into. absolutely inspiring. I don't doubt myself being an activist. Going to the street is not, holding a sign is not often how I contribute to movements. But I felt very strongly I needed to do something.
The Women's March website has information about getting involved globally and how to register to vote in upcoming elections. The website is a great resource to help stay involved and up to date.
I do think the women's marches were effective. I think that it's really easy to say, walking around isn't going to change a lot, but I think walking around is going to change a lot because it's going to bring attention. I mean, there were marches internationally in solidarity with our country. So I think that kind of like that global perspective is really important for our country in a vulnerable time.
What will you march for?